Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of Trails of Cold Steel. All I've got to do is do our bonding event with Mr. Crow here, and then it should advance to the next day for us to complete our midterms. So let's go ahead and do that. Hey there, Reed. What's up? Hold on, let me guess. You were studying away nice and diligent when your orbital lamp suddenly went out. Swing and a miss. You two seem pretty relaxed despite how close the midterms are getting. Who do you think you're talking to? I know better than anyone that it's pointless to start studying this late in the game. How's that working out for you? Crow's actually pretty good when it comes to this, the practical stuff. Survival skills, first aid, all those kinds of things. Really? See, all stuff you don't need to study for. But if you're feeling shaky about any of it, I'm happy to teach you a thing or two. Study with Crow. This will consume a study point, and afterward, the time of day will advance the evening and the main story will proceed. Yes. Sure, I'll take you up on that. Wait, are you serious? The idea of Crow teaching anyone anything is a little unnerving. Were you just joking? Nah, it's cool. Might as well show you the ropes. Cool if we borrow a chair or two, George? Go for it. And so Crow passed all his knowledge on to Reen. That about sums up what they'll be testing you first years on. You should probably make sure you've got CPR down too. I do actually need to brush up on that. Do you think it'll come up? It's only one of the most basic things anyone would expect out of a Thor student, so it wouldn't hurt to know. Right, here's how it goes. If you find someone who's collapsed, first up is checking whether or not they're conscious. If they're unconscious, it's safe to assume that they're in trouble. Next, you're going to want to shout for help. You're not going to want to try and handle this on your own, you got it? The more people you have helping you out, the better their chances are to survive. Yes, very much so, because you can alternate with when you're doing CPR and you're giving the compressions on their chest, that is extremely physically taxing. Like, you do it for 10-20 seconds and you're going to be feeling pretty fatigued from just that. So the idea is that you have multiple people that can alternate with the compressions so that no one person gets too fatigued. Because even if the person isn't breathing yet, simply keeping up with the compressions can prolong their chances of surviving whatever it is that's happening with them. So it's very important to have more people if it's possible. Anyway, that makes sense. Next up is making sure they're breathing. If they aren't, or someone's weird about the way they are, it's CPR time. This basically involves giving them a repeated combination of chest compressions and rescue breaths. You need to keep this up until their pulse and breathing return, got it? Don't give up until their very end. Understood. He does seem like the kind of person I could count on in a jam. And the very end is medical personnel arriving and pronouncing that the person is, deceased. Even police officers are typically trained not to make that call themselves unless they have some sort of actual medical training. Typically most police officers are only going to have basic first aid, so they don't have the ability or knowledge to pronounce someone deceased. So that decision would be up to the actual EMS that arrives on scene, or the hospital. Sometimes the EMS will actually keep up the same thing until they get all the way to the hospital and can hook the individual up to more advanced equipment. Anyway, a little bit of knowledge that nobody asked for. I don't know if I already read this. He does seem like the kind of person I could count on in a jam. I guess George was right about him being good at practical stuff. Not all you're gonna do. Now, all you've got to do is put that into practice. If you see a girl in need, you better get right in there. When she wakes up and sees you saved her life, instant fireworks. Your hands and lips are in the right spots already. Did they really just go there? Every time I think anything positive about you, you go and say something like that. Oh well, this was useful though. Thanks for taking the time to teach me. Good luck, my son. Go out there and get some good grades for me. Ah ha ha ha. Wow. Oh wow, that was loud. I'm gonna turn this down because I don't want to blow my eardrums. Oh, it's already time to head home. I didn't even realize because of the rain. I guess I should get ready to head back to the dorms. Yes, maybe you should. Where's your umbrella? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Excuse me?
Ah.
I do apologize for stopping you on a rainy day like this. Do you know if this is the building in which I might find the principal's office?
Oh, yeah, you're in the right place. His office is in the East Wing, first floor. The receptionist might have gone home already, but I can show you the way if you'd like.
Thank you for your kindness, but I couldn't possibly trouble you more than I have already. I'll be able to find the way, I'm sure. Well then, if you'll excuse me, Master Reen.
Wait a minute. How does she know who I am?
Reen?
Hey there, Alisa. Heading back to the dorm?
Yep. Emma and the others are staying a little longer to cram a little more. But I figured I'm not gonna learn much more today, so I might as well call it a night and start prepping for tomorrow.
Right. Well, you're going my way, so what do you say we head back together?
Sure, okay. Hey, it's not often the two of us get to walk back to the dorms together, is it?
Well, at least I got something good out of this downpour.
Dots.
Is there even a filter between your brain and your mouth?
Nah, no need for that between friends. But you're in good company. My sister's asked me that before, too.
She must be a saint to have put up with you all these years. Anyway, how do you feel? All prepped and ready for our exams?
Not sure. I gave it the best I've got. Still, I've got that nagging feeling I could have hit the books a little harder.
I wish I was as smart as you. Back when we took the entrance exam, only Emma and Machias scored higher than you, right?
Eustace came in a little higher than me, too. Back home, I usually came in near the top in exams. I guess that goes to show that Arabonia has no shortage of smart people.
No doubt about that. Bookworms pour in here from all corners of the Empire. You said you're from Ruhr, right? Coming out on top in a city that size is still pretty impressive.
I suppose, though that was just at the Sunday school level. Aren't you curious about, you know, my family and stuff?
Yes, we are curious.
You mean the mysterious Alisa R., agent of national intrigue? Well, yeah, of course I am. But you probably have good reasons for keeping it under wraps, so I don't want to pry.
It's not that major or anything, especially compared to what you and Fee have told us about yourselves.
I've never really thought my family circumstances were a big deal, though Fee's past sure came as a surprise.
Yeah, I don't know why they think Reen's family past is such a big deal. Like, you know, oh, he's a noble, ah!
I wonder now, when I look at her, what her life in a Jaeger Corps must have been like.
It seems like Instructor Sarah knows more about her past than we do. Back at the entrance ceremony, I got the impression they'd met before.
funny you should say that, because I got that impression too.
Same. Oh, speaking of weird meetings, I ran into someone kinda strange earlier.
Oh?
Yeah, I was talking to her just before you called to me.
Reen told Alisa about the woman in the maid uniform.
A maid who knew your name? This isn't the part where it turns out she knows you because you've tried to hit on her in town before, is it?
As if an upstanding guy like me could pull off the Casanova act.
I love how she always just assumes that he's just being an absolutely terrible person.
She seemed a couple years older than us, maybe 20 or so.
A maid in her early 20s.
Something wrong?
No, just thinking. There's no way it could really have been her. Mother keeps her far too busy to find the time to come here. Ahem. Anyway, maybe the upper class dorm has a new hire starting out or something? Though that wouldn't explain how she knew your name. Maybe you're just more popular than you let on.
If only.
I'm gonna turn the game audio down. It's getting dangerously close to peaking. Let's try 80 instead of 100. The next day, the first of 4 grueling days of midterm exams began. Erebonian history question. The Middle Ages War of the Lions was brought to an end by Emperor Dracos. When did the war end? So we know it was July, because that was mentioned the previous day. Oh, it's the only July, so yeah, it's got to be July 952. This should be the right answer. Art question. Mr. A wants to draw a rough-colored watercolor image. Wow, imagine that, a watercolor image being colored? Wow. Which of the following styles would be most appropriate? I'm going to consult the handy-dandy guide for this one because I know very little about art. A sketch. This should be the right answer. He's going to say that for every single one, isn't he? Oh, the next day. These are some easy midterms. Military science question. Figure 1 depicts some military formation. What type of unit is currently advancing? That would be the armored units. Right? Armored units. Yeah, the ones with the little circle? Yeah. This should be the right answer. Orbital science question. The following statements about orbits all purport to be true. Which one is not? Abilities change based on quartz. They synchronize with their user. Allow arts usage without quartz. Orbital energy recovers over time. You can't use arts without quartz, so that would be the correct one. This should be the right answer. I'm using a pop filter now, so hopefully the plosives are a little bit better in the last video, well, a couple videos, but I guess we'll see during editing. There's only so much I can do with my current setup as far as the mic quality goes, but I am doing my best. Political economics question. Of the following laws enacted last year, which came into force first in Heimdall? Okay, so laws enacted last year, which came into force first in Heimdall: Financial Transactions Act, Provincial Taxation Act, Public Transportation Act, or Crime Law Act? I'm pretty sure it was the Imperial Public Transportation Act. Yes, this should be the right answer. Combat Studies question. Emergency CPR is divided into roughly 4 stages. A. Check if the person is breathing. B. Check if the person is conscious. C. Perform chest compressions and rescue breaths. D. Call for help in a loud voice. Put these stages into the correct order. Conscious is first. Breathing or help is second. Then breathing. Then compressions. So BDAC, yes. I don't have to look that one up, I know that one. At least I should. Certainly hope I do. This should be the right answer. Work might be a little irritated with me if I got that one wrong. Congratulations on making it through 4 days of exams. And what do you know? It looks like the rain ended right along with them. Clearly, this is the goddess's way of rewarding you all for your hard work. I don't think that reasoning would stand up to scrutiny. Phew, I'm totally spent. It's over. You worked really hard, Fee. Whew. Anyway, today's a free day, so take the chance and unwind and blow off all that pent-up exam stress. They'll post the results next Wednesday, so take it easy until then. But don't relax too much, because you've got your next practical exam next Wednesday afternoon, too. With all the intensive studying, I'd completely forgotten about that. You could stand to be a little more considerate with the timing of your announcement. So next Wednesday is when we'll know where we're going for our next field study. Yep, you'll be shipping out that weekend for another exotic trip. Anyway, make the most out of tomorrow, everyone. You've earned at least 1 day off. I guess I should probably attend club practice once in a while. Oh, and one more thing. I've got some business to take care of out of town after we're all done here. I won't be back until tomorrow night, so don't, burn down the dorm while I'm gone or anything. We will do our best to not burn down the dorm.
Now that the exams are over, I feel free as a bird. And I'll keep on soaring, at least until the results come back.
I sympathize, but personally, I've got a good feeling about these. How about you, Emma? How do you think you did?
Well, I don't think I did too badly, all things considered.
Just stop before you embarrass yourself.
We'll just have to wait and see what next week's results look like. Anyway, what do you think that was all about with Instructor Sarah?
Oh, you mean that whole thing about going out of town to meet someone? Going out of town? Won't be back until tomorrow night? It's almost as if...
These kids are terrible.
She's going to meet her secret lover?
Impossible. The Empire hasn't yet turned out a man desperate enough to woo that alcoholic typhoon.
Damn.
You have a point. I can't deny she's got the looks to snare a man, but that personality and that lifestyle...
You guys are terrible. Totally agreed, though.
Ouch. Not surprised to hear that from you, though, Reen. She always seems to dump the most work on you.
Will you be helping the student council again tomorrow?
That's the plan. Heck, I'm almost looking forward to being the student council's errand boy after holding up studying for so long.
Perhaps so.
Oh,
Please let us know if you plan on exploring the old schoolhouse.
Yeah, I'd be glad to lend a hand this time.
Thanks. Better watch out, though. I might take you up on that offer.
Ooh, looks like we're all up for a little exploration this time.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, where did Gaius run off to? He mentioned the principal wanted to have a word with him. You think he went there?
Oh, yeah. Wonder what that was about.
I hope he hasn't gotten into trouble. I mean, I doubt he would.
I have no idea. Fee and Laura left early too. I was kind of hoping we could all walk back to the dorm together for once.
That sounds nice.
Hey, so this might just be my imagination, but
Are Fee and Laura having a problem?
do those two seem kind of awkward around each other to anyone else?
I knew it. Maybe because I played the game before. But I knew it.
Really?
So you think so too?
It seems like it started around the beginning of the month. I wonder if something happened then. It's like they've been avoiding each other ever since.
Let's see. Is there anything that important that happened, or anything important that happened to either or both of them during the last month, which would have been during the time of the last field study? I mean... Anyway, yeah. We'll find out.
You say that, but I did not take either as the type to dwell on petty issues or misunderstandings.
You see, that's a very good point, too.
Neither did I.
We've been trying to suss out what the problem between them is, but so far, no luck.
I wonder if that's what that was all about.
Did you see something, Machias?
What happened?
Well, do you remember the day we gave our group reports on what happened during last month's field study? We gave a truthful account, including the part where Fee used an explosive to blast open the door to my cell.
Yeah?
That's when we found out that Fee used to be in a Jaeger Corps. That really threw me for a loop, but what does that have to do with Laura?
Well, when that came up, I couldn't help but notice Laura had a rather unpleasant expression. It flashed across her face for only a moment, though, so I wondered if I had just imagined it.
Interesting.
But even if we assume that's true, what reason would she have to be upset?
I can hardly hazard a guess.
So, Jaeger Corps, they haven't really been discussed yet. They are mercenary groups from north of Erebonia, most of them from north of Erebonia, that are essentially mercenaries for hire. Anytime there's a task that needs to be done that is questionable, they will be hired to complete that task. And without spoiling anything, there have been Erebonia has a very strong connection with Jaeger Corps, I guess you could say. The nobility has used them for their own personal reasons before. The government's used them. It's typically, by this point, there's been like treaties and such to where governments are not allowed to use Jaeger Corps. There's nothing that enforces it. It's just kind of like a mutual agreement that it should be frowned upon. But yeah, basically, these Jaeger Corps will do the dirty work for the people that don't want to do the dirty work themselves. So, yeah, brief history on Jaeger Corps.
We all have certain things we'd rather keep to ourselves. We even have a member of this very class who remains tight-lipped about her own family, after all.
They're bringing that a lot. They're bringing that up a lot right now, aren't they?
Do you really have to drag me into this?
My apologies. I meant no offense. I do have my suspicions as to your lineage, however.
Oh?
Really?
Ugh, you.
Now, getting angry won't accomplish anything.
Don't worry. We're not going to twist your arm into telling us. When you're ready to talk about it, we'll be ready to listen.
It's not like I'm trying to make a big deal out of it or anything. It's just, if everyone knew, it'd make things awkward between us, and I don't want that.
Welcome back, my lady.
Huh?
Looks like she's not going to have the opportunity. That's not the right word. Opportunity. Maybe that is the right. I don't know.
What? Sharon?
It's so delightful to see you again.
Oh, hey. It's that maid I ran into the other day.
You know her?
What are you doing here? She didn't. Mother didn't.
But of course, I was sent here at the behest of the chairman herself. Starting today, I will be assuming the position of caretaker for Class 7's dormitory.
Dots! I was going to say exclamations, but it's dots! Oh, dejected.
It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, everyone. My name is Sharon Krueger.
Remember that name. Well, yeah.
I am a servant in the employ of the Rhineford household, Lady Alisa's family.
And the cat's out of the bag for... I think that's the last member of Class 7 we didn't know their background of. I'm pretty sure. We know Reen's background. We know Machias's background. Oh, no, wait. Well, okay, yeah, we kind of know Machias's background. We don't... We kind of know... Alright, let's backtrack. Let's do this on lineage versus background, because backgrounds have a lot to them. So, we know Gaius's lineage. We know Machias's lineage. We know Eustace's lineage. We know Reen's lineage. We know... I guess you could say Fee's lineage. We know Laura's lineage. That's 6 members. Who am I missing? Reen, Laura, Gaius, Fee. Oh, Elliot. I don't think we actually know Elliot's lineage. We know some of his background, but we don't know his lineage. So there's still much to uncover.
I will do all I can to be of service to you, so please keep me informed of anything you might need.
Oh, and we don't know Emma's lineage. Okay, so I guess we don't know everyone's. Sunday, free day, June 20th.
Whoa!
I really want bacon now.
Simply spectacular. Just how many different types of food are there here?
This looks more than edible.
I believe this is what they call an imperial breakfast? That's right, Emma. It's a traditional Erebonian style of breakfast. I must apologize. It's taken me some time to familiarize myself with this kitchen, so my cooking has been a bit lackluster.
Come now, Sharon. Your skill is something to be praised. This is far more colorful and varied than the breakfast served in my own home.
I would compare this spread favorably with the breakfast served in the Duke's household.
I'm honored that you think so. I've also brewed both tea and coffee if anyone would like some.
Someone's not happy. Dots.
I get the feeling Alisa is less than impressed with the meal.
It sounds like they had a big argument yesterday.
Not a chance! I thought I'd finally gotten away from her. I'm not going to let her have her way this time.
My lady, please. I truly don't believe the chairman sent me to keep an eye on you like that. She simply sent me so that her beloved daughter might have fewer inconveniences in her daily life.
I can take perfectly good care of myself, thank you very much. herself then. Is she in the office at corporate today, or is she out on inspection or something?
I believe she'll be dining with the Ministry of Railways president in the capital today. After that, she'll be continuing her inspection tour, so she won't be back in Ruhr for another 5 days.
Does she ever slow down? I'm surprised she doesn't burn through a pair of shoes a week. Anyway, I'm not going to take this lying down. She's stuck her nose into things one too many times.
I can't believe that R actually stood for Alisa Reinford.
Now, who actually figured that out a long time ago? I must admit, my first playthrough, I had absolutely no idea and felt pretty stupid when this whole scene happened. But looking back on it, I feel like it was obvious, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not the only one that didn't get that, and maybe it is only obvious in hindsight, you know? Maybe. Hopefully. It'd make me feel a little bit better.
And from the sound of it, her mother's the company chairman, too.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that Alisa's mom is basically in charge of the continent's biggest industrial company. Her family's probably got more money than most of the aristocracy. I can see why she'd want to keep her family under wraps, what with all the nobles here.
Oh, that's actually a good point. Okay, I hadn't considered that. And I think I just kind of skipped over that whole point in the previous playthroughs. The nobles wouldn't really be happy with a commoner being around that has equal to, if not more, money than their family. That makes sense.
Anyway, I object to everything about this. Considering how busy Mother is, I'm sure she needs your assistance far more than I do.
I knew it. You're really concerned about her, aren't you? The way you two care so much for each other deep down is one of the reasons I'm so proud to serve you.
That's preposterous.
Oh, my lady, I almost forgot to mention that I made plenty of your favorite apricot jam. Would you like me to spread some on your toast?
Ooh, really? I mean, stop treating me like a child. Though yes, I would like some jam.
It's almost heartwarming to watch.
Looks like Sharon's got her number.
After beginning the day with Sharon's peerless breakfast, the members of Class 7 left to go about their daily routine. Meanwhile, Reen went to check the tasks the student council had given him for the day. Obtained! Student Council tasks, June. Old Schoolhouse Mystery 3 required. Task, the Old Schoolhouse Mystery 3. Client, Principal Van Dyke. This month, I would like the members of Class 7 to commit themselves to their noble academic pursuits. Though I know, studious as you all are, I can expect that anyway. So on top of that, I'd like you to continue your exploration of the Old Schoolhouse and report your findings to me, Principal Van Dyke. Born to be Orville. Task, born to be Orville. Orble. Client, George and Angelica. We're testing the Orble bike's capabilities on a highway near Trista. If you're curious, come talk to us in the engineering building, George and Angelica. The Secret Admirer. Task, the Secret Admirer. Client, Vincent. I am in need of aid. Some fair maiden has sent me several messages proclaiming her love for me. And who could blame her? I simply must know who she is. So would some kind soul help find her and bring her to me? More details behind the storage building. Vincent Florald, Year 2, Class 1. Hey, a request from George and Angelica. It's about the Orbital bike, too. I wonder what they need my help with. Looks like I'll have to swing by the engineering club before I head to the old schoolhouse. Well, this is the first sun I've seen in days, so I might as well make the most of it. Alright, let's do this. Next time! Not this time, because it's already been over 30 minutes. But we will we will continue with these quests next time. Yeah. So until then, I will see you all in the next video. How many times can I say next video or next time in the same outro? Yeah, okay, it's just getting awkward now, so we're just gonna cut it right here. Goodbye for now.